Thank you and welcome everyone for being here this night, and thank you to Giulio and Rimadesio for hosting us and for giving us the opportunity to be here in this wonderful place. I'm Barbara, I'm the CEO of Friul Mosaic, and this is Nicola, my son, and the third generation of the company. So as Giulio said, we have some common lines. We are a family company. My father is a mosaicist, and he founded the company more than 40 years ago. And we are located in the very northeast of Italy. But this evening, we want to share with you not only what we really do. Sure, we will talk about our company, but we want to share something that allows to put together a very old traditional and technique or art and Italian heritage with the contemporary and the modern architecture. We want with our company to bring this historical language, this historical technique to the contemporary expression. So we use this approach and this familiarity with this technique to do something that is really new and really contemporary and related to the architectural. One of the things that can explain better this relation from the historical part to the architectural language and to the mosaic, not only as a decoration but with really related to the structure, to the surface, is first of all the material. Not only the kind of materials that we use, that are marbles, that are stones, that are special glasses produced only for the mosaic, like the Venetian glasses, or the simple glasses, if you want, but is how the material will be used, how it's used to realize these surfaces. So each small piece, each tessera is cut by hand, and so it's different one to each other. In our company, in Friul Mosaic company, we work only the bespoke mosaic and only the artistic mosaic. So it's not like the industrial one, and each piece is thought and realized by hand and together with designers to realize something that is unique and that it speaks a special language that gives a special feeling that contains a soul inside of the project. The mosaic has inside different kinds of light, and it's not only reflects the light, but you can use the mosaic to give the perception of the light. And you can find this characteristic even in the historical and the very ancient mosaics that you have in the history. So we have heritage from the really old Greeks and even before. And then with the Romans, the mosaic became a modular language to give to the spaces the meaning, the importance of the spaces, and then also the perception of the monumentality of the villas or of the places where they used the mosaic. Then with the Byzantine era, they used the mosaic to give a spiritual meaning to the walls and to the art, and they used this different shape of the tessera and the gold to have a special perception of the light. And from that period, the mosaic had a really strong relation with the architecture. And now in Friul Mosaic, we use this language with our guys that are teach in the very old historical school in Spilimbergo, where they teach all the mosaic techniques to be transformed in a modern and very contemporary language to be used from the designers, and to give new architectural buildings the unicity and something that remains and that gives to the luxury meaning the authenticity of something that remains forever, that has inside all this significance. Sometimes the mosaic is intended like a decoration, as I was telling before, as a bidimensional decoration that can be inserted like a piece of art or like a painting inside a room or somewhere. So the challenge we are following with the Friul Mosaic and that we are trying to bring is to transform the mosaic in something that is really related to the space, something that is integrated to the wall, to the floor, and inside the other materials, even the same materials that are used around to be inside of the mosaic. So we try to give the mosaic this role of being part of the shape and to follow also the more challenging shapes. So if you have a solid material, if you have a wood or if you have maybe an industrial slab, for sure to follow some particular architectural shapes that are very hard to cover, you have to cut, you have to interrupt the design and the shape. With the mosaic, you can follow each kind of difficult wall, curved wall, a ceiling, a particular swimming pool, or other kind of shapes. The difference between our mosaic and the more industrial mosaic is to avoid the modularity that is together the same thing. So to repeat the same pattern or to repeat the same way of producing it. So each project is unique, each project is studied together to give the ambience his specific identity. And we think that now the luxury is not only a way to show something, it's something that wants to have inside of the things that you have in your house or you have in your hotel room, something that is authentic and that is really worthy. As I was telling, the integration with the shape and with the architectural structure is really a value that is inside of the mosaic, like this monumental work we did in Brazil, for example. And the mosaic had really covered this very big dome, and with the different shapes and different sizes of the small tesseras and the different colors, you can feel this light and this different effect for the cathedral. One of the projects that is really meaningful for us is the Bulgari Hotel in Rome, where we realized since the beginning with the Studio Citterio and VL in Milan. We realized 60 medallions for the rooms and the Bulgari suite, the bathroom of the Bulgari suite and the swimming pool on the rooftop. And here the relation between the architectural meaning and design and the mosaic was really important, because we start from the beginning to develop this project together with the studio, making the research of the right shape of each tessera that was cut one by hand. And it was very challenging because we use some materials that were used in the precious marbles that were used for the rest of the rooms, and we put inside of the medallions the same materials. And then we follow even the installation to guarantee the result till the end. And this is an example of how the cooperation from the beginning, from the idea of the project, is important, because it allows us to do a deep research on how to realize and to engineerize sometimes also the patterns and the way of realizing the mosaics. This gives us also the opportunity to have a better time control and to give the possibility to respect the timeline and the deadline of your projects, because in this case, the deadline of the opening of an hotel or of a fashion showroom is not a small particular of a project. So if we are involved from the beginning, from the design, we can start realizing and researching what is useful to finish the project in the right time, and during the process of construction, like we did in this way. And like we did, for example, in the Belmont Hotel in Portofino. During the construction, we already were involved in the project, and this allowed us to start the study and to start the production, even if the walls were not really constructed. And the result at the end was very, very good result, and we respected all the times. Sometimes when we are involved at the end, and when mosaic is considered only a decoration, the risk is to have a result that is not so deep and so integrated in the construction. So you don't have only the problem of time sometimes, but you have not the time to engineerize, you have not the time to really have something that is unique. The mosaic is very flexible. It's very flexible, not only in the shape, so you can really adapt everywhere, but it's really flexible in the style, and you can use it in really different contexts. So we normally work in the high-end hotel field, or sometimes we work together with the fashion, the major fashion brands like, for example, Dolce & Gabbana. We saw Gucci and other Bulgari, as you saw, because the mosaic in these cases is something that represents an experience, not only a surface, or not only something that is used to cover a floor or to cover a wall. It's something that can express really a soul, and to give for the host, a really experience of something special. Other fields where we normally are involved with our projects are for sure, swimming pools, spa areas, and the natural places where the mosaic is normally thought, but also private residences, and a lot of yacht in different size and ways. These are examples of where the custom and the mosaic can be really not considered a covering or a decoration, but integrated in the architectural shape. Sometimes the mosaic is for sure used to realize some artworks where the materials can really express all their qualities and their particular characteristics. They can be glasses or marbles too, that are used not in the normal shape, but really to express something that is alive. It's like we like to say that mosaic is like a second skin of a surface, and in this case, the material is really a skin, is really something that is alive. When we talk of mosaics, we talk of sustainability, but not only like a marketing trick, because the mosaic is sustainable inside. So we use materials that are coming from other works, and as we saw, from other productions, and sometimes we use the remaining parts of a block, of a slab, and the glass is normally recycled glass that is then colored and transformed in a really artistic material. And then another characteristic that explains the sustainability of the mosaic is the durability. We see a lot of materials that in few years that need to be changed or demolished. But mosaic is something that never ages, but it becomes something that is historical, that grows in value during the year. So it's called the painting that stays forever. Then, And then you have to consider that even in the social and the human side, the mosaic can be considered very sustainable, because during the process of realizing a mosaic, the workers and the mosaicists can express themselves. They use their mind, they put themselves in what they are doing. And this is something that, in our opinion, has a big value. So we have these guys working with us inside of Friul Mosaic that are coming from the school, and each project is different. Each project is something that asks us to work together. We have then 5 guys working in the technical department directly with designers and architects, and that can follow the project from the beginning. And in each project they try to put something different, something that is really special to express the potentiality of this technique, and the potentiality of the architect and the designers that want to really to leave their soul inside their project. So I think this can be considered a technique that you can use to express really the creativity and to give an accent that can remain forever in your project.